What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. My name is Harrison Graham. We had a full video planned for you guys, but had to cut some things out because part of this video was taking a look at some veteran quarterback targets, which is something that Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson talked about earlier this week with Hoge Jahns. We filmed this video on yesterday's live show, but then last night, Case Keenum ended up signing, so we got to cut that part out. That's why I'm doing this little intro, so it's just not an awkward beginning to the episode. But still plenty of things to talk about. Keenan Allen and Caleb Williams were at an event together. Could they end up reuniting in Chicago this upcoming season? Is there a chance Keenan still returns? Some offseason dates and things to know as well. And I just want to know from you guys, if you didn't catch the Case Keenum breakdown, which I would encourage you to go check out after this show, what did you guys make of the signing? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? If you do, let me know either way down in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And now, enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, Keenan Allen, could he return to the Chicago Bears? He was at an event, Caleb Williams was, with Keenan Allen. I think a Monroe St. Brown event. They all know each other. That, of course, has sparked internet rumors. Maybe the Bears could re-sign him. He's still a free agent. We'll dive into that here. All right, this surfaced on Instagram stories last night. Keenan Allen and his wife were putting stuff on their IG stories. We saw this photo. Keenan looked like he was having a good time in that other one. He also put this one with his wife, which kind of added clarity where they were. St. Brown Gala. I don't know what kind of event that is. Maybe it's something related to the St. Brown Brothers podcast, or maybe Amon Ra has a foundation. I'm not sure. Keenan's obviously an LA guy. Caleb spends a lot of time out there in the offseason as well, since he played at USC. So they were at this event. I don't think it's anything more than that, to be honest. We know Caleb and Keenan get along. They spoke highly of each other throughout last season. They had a relationship before they were teammates as well, as they connected in LA when Caleb was playing college ball. I don't think there's anything to this other than they were both invited to this event and were hanging out. Shocker, NFL guys hang out in the offseason. That's kind of what happens. A reunion would shock me, is basically where I'm getting at. There's a lot of buzz to the Chargers. Mike Williams put something on Instagram a couple weeks ago. He shared it on his story about reuniting with him back with the Chargers. And I think that could happen. And it wouldn't even shock me if that was in place. But the Chargers are waiting until after the draft to officially sign him, so they don't have to suffer in the comp pick formula game. Because if you don't know how it works, if you sign a guy that hasn't been cut by another team before the draft, it impacts the formula of potentially getting future compensatory draft picks. So that's why there's not a lot of action in April, because guys who are still available at this point, they kind of just agree to wait until May, June, whatever, to sign. Because after the draft, any players that sign, the formula is not impacted for the next offseason. I think there's one scenario where Keenan returns. If the draft comes and goes, and the Bears don't land a receiver in the draft, because I do think they'll add somebody, whether it's a guy who could start or be a depth piece, maybe there's a chance they reconnect, and if he's willing to sign for cheap, I think that's the only scenario, but I still think it's unlikely because, A, I think they'd be signing him with the understanding of he'd be taking a lesser role, which he could find a bigger role elsewhere, like the Chargers, to be honest. And B, it'd be one thing to take a discount with the Chargers, where he's been most of his career. I don't think he's taking a discount with the Bears. I think he's taking the most money available, or going back to LA where his family is. So I'd be shocked. I'll give it 3% chance. And while he's still out there, there's always a chance. But I think it's very, very unlikely. Do you want Keenan Allen back? Type Y for yes or type N for no. I'm not against it. I would rather go younger, get a speedster potentially in the draft, someone that could grow within this offense. And quite frankly, more importantly, let's make sure DJ and Rome are the focal points of the receiver room this year. Some love to our sponsor, PrizePicks. Springtime is here. Baseball season is underway. And if you want to start setting daily fantasy lineups with PrizePicks for your favorite baseball players and teams, you should do so right now. You can set lineups of 2 or more players and pick more or less on the stat projections available. To qualify for a lineup, it has to be at least 2 players on 2 different teams. for that to work. And if you hit, you win money. It's pretty simple how it works. The more players in your lineup, the more money you can win. And if you're a first-time customer, use our link to sign up, prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS to get a $50 bonus straight into your account once you play for just $5. You could just chase me here on a $5 lineup. Little basketball action. Cooper Flagg, less on his points. That Houston defense is stifling. Janai Broom, more on his rebounds. He has been a menace down low. 10 to win 30 here. I like the two-player lineups. They're easier to hit. Obviously, lower bang for your buck, but I'm a big fan of that. But, if you want to take bigger opportunities, bigger swings, prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS to get that $50 bonus once you play for just $5. Pick more, pick less. Link is in the comments and in the description. It is Prize Picks. Okay, before we wrap up this segment, some off-season dates announced. The NFL has released most off-season program dates for all 32 teams. Couple things yet to be announced, including rookie minicamp and training camp, partially because the teams determine when those are. Players can return next week for the Bears. New coaching staff, you can get back in the building sooner. You're not actually on the field doing like these mini camps, but there can be involvement, player-coach involvement. They can start doing classroom work, installing things, working out, doing those type of things. Obviously, you can work out before now, but not under any kind of like direction from the coaching staff, if that makes sense. First voluntary minicamp will be the 3 days leading up to the draft. OTAs, 3 sessions, May 20th through 22nd, 27th through 30th, and then June 9th through 11th. Before that third OTAs will actually be mandatory minicamp. Sometimes teams design it like this, and depending on where they are and their install and everything, sometimes they'll scrap the third OTAs. I hope the Bears don't do that because new staff, new offense, new defense need to take advantage of those reps. Rookie minicamp to be determined. It'll either be the weekend after the draft, which will be the first weekend in May, or the following weekend. So early May, mid-May, somewhere in there. Training camp sometime in late July it'll start, and obviously run through August as well. I think it's huge to get back in the building next week. Let's get Caleb and Ben Johnson face-to-face. Let's hit the ground running because it's going to take time to build this up, building the offense from scratch like Ben Johnson talked about in his introductory press conference. They're tearing it down to the studs and starting over. So these days matter. They really, really do. So I'm excited to see it get going, and obviously we'll continue to report on any news that comes out of that starting next week. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications because we got you guys covered for all of it here on Chicago Bears Now. My name is Harrison Graham. Be sure to always bear down.